Good morning. Today we're going to take a couple minutes and just review respiration and photosynthesis. Since this is going to play a huge part in this course, obviously carbon dioxide has led a lot to the global warming aspect and fossil fuels and everything else. So we're going to be visiting photosynthesis and respiration quite a bit, and we need to understand what's going on. Photosynthesis is done by plants, gives off a byproduct of glucose, which is sugar that the plants then use to grow, and oxygen, which is actually a waste product that we benefit from. So we take in the glucose and the oxygen from the food that we eat and the air, and we use it and we do respiration using our lungs. Through the process of respiration, as a waste byproduct, we give off water and carbon dioxide, which coincidentally the plants need in order to do photosynthesis. So it's a perfect cycle that one end feeds the other and vice versa. So remembering this is something that's really important. So what I want you to do is I want you to review with me the light reaction and the dark reaction. So this is a picture of the inside of a leaf. And what we have going on in this process is the process of photosynthesis. So light, water enter into the cell. This is actually the chloroplast. And what's going to happen is we have something that's going to occur called the light reaction. And again, it's the light reaction because the light is in the process here. What happens is the light excites the water and rips the hydrogens away from the oxygen. So the oxygen is left by itself and released from the plant as waste. And that's how we get the oxygen in the atmosphere that we breathe from. The hydrogen then continues on through the process in the middle here. Okay? At this point, we're going to be doing the dark reaction or the Kelvin cycle. I like to remember the Kelvin cycle pretty easily because it has CO2, which begins with a C. It's the Kelvin cycle, and it has sugar, which is C6H12O6. So it's pretty easy to remember that a lot of the C's happen on this side. So what we have going on here is we have the carbon dioxide entering into the plant. You've got the hydrogen coming over here. And it's going to turn the Kelvin cycle wheel. It's going to then meet up with the CO2 to give the C, the H's, and the O's that are necessary to make the sugar. Okay, so that's how we get C6H12O6. The H's come from the water as the light reaction rips them away from the oxygen. Oxygen is released as a byproduct. Hydrogens continue on. They join up with the CO2 and create sugar for the plant. Okay? If you head into Google Classroom, there's a document to help you with this as well. There's a drag and drop. It's called Light Reaction versus Kelvin Cycle. So if you open this up, we got stuff kind of all over the place here. In the light reaction, again, we have to have sunlight. So sunlight will come in to the plant. Okay. And it reacts with water and gives off the oxygens after the hydrogen is ripped apart from the oxygen. And that is what happens on the light reaction side. In the Kelvin cycle, carbon dioxide enters in. It meets up with the hydrogens from the light reaction and forms sugar, which is then used by the plant or by us when we eat plants. Hopefully this helps you remember this process. And again, this is the photosynthesis side. Then we take in the oxygen. We are going to use that oxygen and we give off water in the form of water vapor. And we also give off carbon dioxide, which feeds this process again.